The Mercedes-Benz GLK seems to be getting a brand new buzz across Nigeria. It is the first time I am seeing a car go viral, not just in Lagos, not just in Abuja, but across the 36 states of the country. This SUV, unlike a lot of Mercedes-Benz cars, is not heavy on looks, but the functionality it provides has made it a force to reckon with in the Nigerian used car market. My name is Croncroft 234 Drive, and today I'll be showing you why a lot of people seem to be getting the Mercedes-Benz GLK, buying it from previous owners. I'll also show you the problems that comes with owning this car and the solutions in Nigeria. This is 234 Drive. Let's get into it. The first reason I say yes, GLK, is because this car can tackle any Nigerian road condition. The GLK is a Mercedes-Benz, yes, but this car hates when you don't drive it to the limit. It hates it. This car was specially designed for off-road activities. Like, this car was designed to be driven like it was designed for an all-terrain condition. Meaning this car doesn't need your pity at all. You can just be driving on one smooth road now. Once Google Maps says turn left, as you turn left, road suddenly becomes rough. What do you do at that point? Do you go back? No, you're in the GLK. You keep moving. You keep moving. The other day I was driving and I saw a Mercedes-Benz GLC. That's the car they made after this one. Got to a waterlogged area. That car had to turn back around because if it went through into that water, wahala. But with the GLK, there are no surprises on the road. You can handle anything that comes your way. The GLK mostly comes in the 4MATIC option, meaning power is transferred to all four wheels. All the four wheels move at the same time. So this car has a lot of resistance to bad roads or to stuff that just try to hinder it on the road. All four wheels are just firing at the same time. The second thing about this car is that its interior is premium in a low-key way. First thing you notice is that the GLK comes in a full leather seat build that reminds you that this is a luxury car in form of a compact SUV. The infotainment is really interactive, but because this is a 2008 GLK, the infotainment is it's not, I won't say outdated, it's just old. If you buy the 2012 model and up, you get like more like a better infotainment basically. But this infotainment still has Bluetooth, you can connect your phone, speakers bang, everything is really nice. This car has a panoramic sunroof. You know, panoramic sunroofs makes everything better. You get lights coming into your car. There's no feeling like that, especially when you're driving in the night and you're just seeing the moon, stargazing from your car. Looking at the rear seat space, it is not as accommodating as it is meant to be in a compact SUV. You can only sit two people in the back conveniently. It's a compact SUV, heavy on that, remember. So the GLK doesn't have so much space in the back seat, but the comfort in the back is great, except for the middle seater. Also, you should know that the GLK, in its class of rivals, it has the biggest rear seating space in the world of compact SUVs in this price range. So thumbs up, GLK. The interior is just built from really nice materials. Like, this car has been existing for over 12 years and nothing has faded. I mean, the wooden trim is still the same way it is. The leather on the dashboard is still the same way it is. Leather everywhere is still the same way it is. But then you should know that just like the C300, the GLK also has that thing where the trims of the radio, the buttons, the window switch buttons, the radio buttons, they peel. But now they sell repair kits, cost about 35k for every button in this car. Once you buy it, it's not going to peel again. Yeah, so that's the solution for that peeling problem. AC in this car, very chill, very chill. Another thing that cracks in this car is that the seats, the leather seats, especially the front ones, you can see this. Yeah, they crack a lot. I think it's because of the sun, honestly, because of the sun. They crack a lot. The GLK interior is pretty solid, apart from the stuff that fade and seats that crack. Everything else is pretty solid. This car is a Mercedes-Benz that gives its money's worth. The third thing about this car is that there is only one trim, just one trim. A trim means that a car has been made. This is the model GLK. But for that GLK, there's going to be sports version, there's going to be GLS version, there's going to be, for instance, Toyota Camry has the LE, XLE, Limited. But for the GLK, there is only one trim. What this means is that every GLK out there is practically the same. This car was released in 2008, but then in 2012 there was an update to the front end. One good thing about the GLK, nobody's own is better than your own. One bad thing about the GLK, your GLK is not better than anybody's own. One trim. Fourth thing about this car is that it is very easy to drive. I have heard a lot of people say SUVs require more technique to drive than regular sedans or hatchbacks, but I am of the opinion that that is a big lie. SUVs are even easier to drive if you know your way around it. But the thing about the GLK is that it makes driving even easier for you. The GLK is a very convenient car to drive. Honestly, if you're getting into driving for the first time and you want to start with an upscale brand that is affordable, the GLK is a very good platform to start. This car costs between 6 million naira and 14 million naira. That's the price of the used to the foreign used. So if you want to buy a Nigerian used GLK, you need to have minimum of 6 to 8 million naira. If you want to buy the pre-facelift Tokumbo, you need to have minimum of 8 to 10 million naira. If you want to buy the facelift, you need to have between 10 and 12 million naira. So this car ranges from 6 to 12 million naira, depending on what you want. Every button is within reach in this car. Once your coolant is low, your engine oil is low, you see it on this place to tell you that your engine oil is low, your coolant is low. Here we have the ESP button. This is electronic stability. Once you put it on, your car is never going to skid. But once you put it off, you notice that when you get to corners, it will be skidding. But once you put it on, your car is going to be balanced on the road at all times. So this car makes life easy for you. It's an SUV, but driving in this car is very convenient. So yeah, there is nothing complex about driving a GLK. That is why people like nothing is complex about this car. Nothing is complex about this car. So if you're a first timer getting into driving, buy this car, you'll be very happy. Fifth thing about the GLK is that it has a very reliable and fun engine setup. The GLK comes standard with a 3.5 litre V6 engine mated to a 7-speed automatic transmission. This union is blessed. See this gear stick here? It is blessed. It even has a sports mode. I'm not even kidding. The GLK drives really amazing. In this car, if your suspension is alright and you're on high speed, it won't feel like you're driving an SUV at all. It feels like you're driving a sedan. You can take corners at high speed. The GLK is just balanced. Remember the stuff I spoke about, the ESP, electronic stability program. Once your ESP is active, there's nothing to fear with corners. This car is very balanced out there on the road. So if you love driving without fear, you love driving, you love going distances, long distances, and again, this guy is very economical, very economical. 3.5 litre V6 engine is very economical. So yeah, that is like something you don't get in a lot of luxury brands. Reliability, economical, and it's just really great driving the GLK. This car you're seeing, I've driven it a lot of times, and I can tell you that like once I switch into this car for my car, I drive a Toyota, but once I switch into this car, you know, like it's always very different, always very different.
Yeah, but I see. Yeah. How far now, Oga?
What's happening?
See this thing now, boys don't help you now. See how you talk while you talk.
Because I drive Benz. Once I see Benz, I go just the open. Now let's get into the common problems with the GLK in Nigeria and their respective solutions. The first issue I have noticed over time is that the 2009 and 2010 models always have like a power steering issue. Like it is almost unavoidable. And when I checked, I saw that the steering system of the 2009 and 2010 GLK is not really protected like other models. So if you have this car, after using it for maybe 2-3 years, if you start to notice that maybe one day the steering is just difficult to steer, or it just starts making noise when you steer, know that it's time to change your power steering pump. And that costs, I think, about 100k, yes. The second issue that comes up with this car, if you don't service it as you should, if you don't service this car regularly, with time, you start to experience timing chain defects. Like starting the car will be hard. When you start it, you will hear some sounds like something will be slack in the engine. So yeah, that's a very common problem with this car. Watch out for it. Third issue is that for GLKs between 2009 and 2011, you need to always service your fuel nozzle and the fuel line. I don't know, something just happens. Like if you service this car 3 times in a year, the second time I service it, tell your mechanic to check the fuel line, check the fuel nozzles, like make sure they are clean. Because this car often does hard starting when the fuel line is dirty. Maybe you just buy petrol in the car, it doesn't come up because the fuel line is dirty. So you always need to clean out the fuel line on the GLK to avoid hard starting issues or just car going off at abrupt times. The fourth thing about this car is that you need to always monitor the serpentine belt. That's they call it fan belt, the belt in this car. Maybe every 3 months, monitor it for wear and tear. And you can always have a spare in the car. For GLK, have a spare fan belt in the car in case it cuts on the highway. Fan belt snapping is very common in the GLK. Before I continue, can you do one thing for me? Kindly like this video. Yeah, like it here. Press the like button subscribe to this channel as we always have shows week in, week out on cars, on movement, and other fun stuff you don't want to miss. Like, subscribe, and share this YouTube channel to your friends and family. Thank you very much. Let's get back into the video. So yeah, the reliability of a GLK depends on how intricate you are with maintenance. If you maintain everything properly, then you are good to go. Also, I forgot to mention, see, every car in Nigeria has suspension issues because of bad roads. In the GLK, it is very, very common. Like sounds, ball joints, the back bushing, something is just off. So once you start to see that you're speeding and your car is shaking, just know that suspension has been under attack by what? Nigerian road. So with the GLK, know that you change your suspension. The prices are quite high for suspension parts on this car here. They are quite high. So be careful when you drive on bad roads to prevent suspension issues always coming up on your GLK. So yeah, also a buying guide of this car will just be all the problems I spoke about, check for them. So before you buy this car, check for the power steering, check the belts, check the kickstarter, make sure it's working at once. What else? GLK, yeah. Make sure there's a catalyst, there's still the catalyst of this car a lot. Make sure the catalyst is in the car. In conclusion, guys, the GLK is the easiest Mercedes-Benz to own and maintain in Nigeria. I say easy because it is an SUV, very comfortable. It is everything you've ever dreamed of in a luxury car. This car is everything. And the price tag ranges from 6 million to 14 million naira, 6 million to 8 million for used one, 10 to 12 million for the facelift, 8 to 10 million for the pre-facelift. That's this particular one I am in. You get the GLK easily, very, very common. There's GLKs everywhere. So yeah, if you are considering buying this car, feel free, message or send us a DM, send us an email, 234drive@gmail.com. We are always happy and ready to help you out on buying this car. Buying guides, we'll tell you everything you need to know in buying this car in Nigeria. Yeah, my name is Crank and this is 234 Drive. See you next time.